Hello everybody and welcome back to Banjo-Kazooie versus... we have Mad Monster Mansion today, which is... This level starts off the point where I just kind of start to dislike the game. Like these next three levels are just really meh to me. Like this level in particular, growing up with this game, it was a spooky level. I mean, not really. I don't know, just one particular enemy, which I will mention probably in 10 minutes or so. But on the Xbox version, I came into this level and I really didn't remember a lot. So I break the door and the window. I don't know, I remember not really needing to break either of those, but I still did. And then I can't decide if I want to get those notes or not, because I eventually will get them through a different entrance into this room. But yeah, like the whole bottom floor of that building from the outside, since there's a lot of windows you can break. But the outside of the main floor, I don't know how it is like in England, but the first floor over there, you don't have to break any of those because there are no notes or anything outside, or inside I should say. We got some spooky green water, which is just standard water with green lights. This is a level where I almost die multiple times. And it all starts off with me going this direction. I did not have to at all, because there's a point later on where I have to go here. And this is a level with a transformation, and I didn't remember if I could just jump up here with the transformation. I didn't remember how high the jump height was. So I went ahead and did this as Banjo-Kazooie. And I think that I got like a new personal best on this level, so that upset me, because I spent a lot of time screwing up here. I spent a lot of time screwing up just in this level, and yet I still got a new personal best, I think, which surprises me. But yeah, I have one piece of health left, and I'll just kind of be holding on to one bit of health for a while, because I keep running into the skeletons because I don't see them soon enough to react. But rest assured, I do not die. However, on the Nintendo 64. I can't say on the Nintendo at all without sounding stupid. But there will be a point where I die, and it's the only death in a level of the Nintendo 64 playthrough. So that's a thing. But yeah, I like this area. It's like a... Is it like a Ouija board? I don't really know how Ouija boards work. Don't they use like a triangle with glass on it instead of like a cup? I don't know, maybe it's some sort of England kind of trend. I don't even know if Ouija boards are an American trend or whatever they are. But yeah, you just gotta spell out Banjo-Kazooie. This time they don't help you out, except, I guess, putting the Banjo-Kazooie face right smack dab in the center. But, you know, you've already had, like, the Treasure Trove Cove puzzle with the Banjo-Kazooie as the answer. I'm trying to think if there's any other parts in the game that do that, where the answer is Banjo-Kazooie. But I can't think of any. But here we go, I'm just about to get the Jiggy after almost dying again. Jiggy, bam. If I'm not mistaken, I feel like the Nintendo 64 version, I had a kind of quicker run. Yeah, as time goes by, like, I will... The Xbox version will end up being quicker, but... Because I made less mistakes, like forgetting how to jump or like like precision on jumps. Or the stupid eggs, that's definitely a big factor. I hate these stupid little puzzle, I guess they're not puzzles, I don't know. Where you just poop the egg into a little bowl or a pot or a vase. I don't know. That's a pot. Little eyes. Oh yeah, but the thing I was gonna say, those tombstone enemies freaked me. They were terrifying growing up because, I mean, like, you can predict like which ones are the enemies, just because they kind of stand out a bit. I don't remember. I'd have to see it. I don't know if they're dimmer or darker, but I don't remember if I went over this at all. But after you enter a level, once you exit it, then there is like some enemies from that level will enter the overworld. So a good example that I know you probably saw last episode was the mummies from Gobi's Valley. They were kind of hanging around the spinning pot where I got 2 jiggies. So they weren't normally there, but once I entered the level for the first time, then they show up on the map. So on the Mad Monster Mansion kind of hub world area, the enemy that shows up is the tombstone enemies. And they are super huge. I'm just risking my health here. I don't want to waste my gold feathers, because if you die in this level, gold feathers are really important. But luckily they provide a lot of health in many spots. So to make up for all the the no health bar enemies, invincible, as many would say. But I hate this little maze here. I don't know, it seems like traditional, like for either like mansions or spooky places to have in video games. Because like Pokemon X and Y or whatever, they had a rich mansion with a, I wouldn't exactly call it a maze, but they had hedge gardens everywhere. I think Super Paper Mario, the Haunted Mansion kind of level, also did that. Could be wrong. Man, I want to play Super Paper Mario again. No, I want to play... Gosh, I don't want to say what like my next Let's Play is going to be. Or Let's Plays, because I have 2 games I've been thinking of doing. One of them's going to be like another post-commentary kind of setup, like I'm doing here with Banjo-Kazooie. Because, I don't want to... The hint I want to say is just like a... I don't know. I'm thinking of doing a Pokemon game. There we go. And wild encounters and trainers and stuff and grinding. No, like you want to just cut that out. But, you know, you might run into a shiny Pokemon and you're not recording and now you got egg on your face. But don't call me egg face. But this church here, alright? I hate this part of the level. Mainly because the very end part, which is where I die on the Nintendo 64 recording. And it's not the only time I've died in this area, but it's like the only place I die on this map. So I definitely do hate it. But here we have a little Jiggy to get with Moat's hand. Or Mott's hand, I don't know. Well, it's Mozart in hand, so I assume Moat's hand. He only got 4 fingers. Now, I really hate it when people would say, like, I don't have 5 fingers, I have 4 fingers and a thumb. Alright, well, you can shove your thumb up your ass then. I don't know. Just a thing a lot of people said. I don't know if it's like I guess it's like a kid thing that just spreads because everyone's an asshole. And then everyone feels the need to be superior to everyone else, and it's kids, and jeez. Now we get slightly quicker. Speedrunners are like, so this piano part is the exact same every single time. So speedrunners are able to, what's the word I'm looking for? Like they can just do it before Moten even finishes like the 5th note. Like they've already got the entire song, which is pretty funny. That there's no time limit. Like I like that you can like hit the note right before he does. But to just hit, like, 7 correct notes before he even finishes the 4th note, that's pretty funny, in my opinion. But we gotta climb up the organ to get the jiggy. I wonder if the notes on that book actually have a song for them. Or if it's like, you know, like a classic tune or whatever you want to say. And then again, I don't know how sheet music works. If you have to, I mean, it's not like a lot of notes, but if you have to pay to like just use a couple notes for a thing. But it could also just be purely coincidental. But when you start adding the things to like slur your notes, then it might not become a coincidence. It might actually, I don't know. It is very much possible for a coincidence like that to happen. Here we have a honeycomb up top, and there's a narrow path, which I'm upset that I accidentally landed on the platform here, so now I have to walk across. I don't really care about this Momo token just because I could die. But you know, I take my time just trying to line myself up, and then I just go for it like on the second half of this area. I'm crazy, look at me! And I hit the witch switch, and then I'm kind of glad that I did get the honeycomb before I got the witch switch, because I'm just gonna jump off and land kind of by the organ. Because if you jump off on the other side, you're gonna lose more health than like 1 from jumping off the piano. But I won't be doing the church for a while on the Nintendo 64 gameplay. It's just like the order of the events. There's, I mean, like doing the church, the order doesn't matter too much, I guess. Unless you're a super speedrunner where there's only one way to go. But you know, like a 10-second difference doesn't make too much, even though I would argue that it does make a huge difference once you're at the top of the leaderboards. But these clocks have no hands on them. There's a little trivia game at the very end of the game that you get to play, and if I'm not mistaken, one of the questions is, what time does the clock on the church say? And I think one of the options is, like, there's no hands or something. So you can go catch these hands. Jeez, I like the phrase catch these hands, and like throwing hands. And I told someone at work to catch these hands. And I guess, I don't know if he's heard that phrase before, or if that was like something that he's heard before, but just like didn't think of it, or didn't think much of it. But, jeez, he kept saying it at work that day. You wanna throw hands or catch hands? Oh, okay, screen just kind of went dark there for half a second. I don't remember that when I was recording, but I don't want to lie, but it could have been there. Could have been something blocking the way. But this cellar type room, like 3 years ago when I recorded this on the Nintendo 64 version, I remembered, I don't remember, but I think I like broke only the necessary doors. Okay, so I got the Jinjo, I got the Jiggy, and then I might have gotten the Momo token. I think that part already happened on that half of the gameplay, so I won't be able to tell. And then there's a little... I didn't even get the Jiggy, like, that's how stupid I am. And then I'm like, oh, there's a Jiggy, you idiot. There is one barrel, I don't know what you want to call them, if they have an official name. But there's one barrel that has the stop and swap. I didn't even mention the stop and swap on the Free ZZ Peak episode. I'm so stupid. I just got to the Super Mario Bros. 2 part. But stop and swap was a plan to link the first 2 games together in a weird way where there was going to be a 10-second gap where you could take one game out, put another game in, and then some save data is still saved onto the system or something before it erases it. And the goal was, after you beat Banjo-Kazooie, there would be some locations in every level that would open up that weren't there before, and then you just collect items, and then you could use the stop and swap to transfer these items over to get like little bonuses. I don't remember exactly, but as it turned out, the 10 seconds got pushed down to like 2 seconds or something. Or maybe 1 second. I don't know. But it's pretty much impossible to do now on the Nintendo 64. However, on the Xbox versions, they got it to work, and then I think it does some stuff with Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts, which I have yet to play, even though I have Rare Replay. It's so weird. I bought Rare Replay to play Conker's Bad Fur Day and Nuts and Bolts and whatever new games there were, and instead I just played Banjo-Kazooie 3 times now. I'm doing the 3rd time as we speak. And then I haven't even started Banjo-Kazooie. I haven't started Conker's Bad Fur Day yet, or any of the modern games. I played like Pro RCAM or whatever it's called, and there was like a Wild West game on the ZX Spectrum. And maybe one other game I played, but I just mostly tried getting achievements. Then I played Battletoads with the cheating mechanism of if you die, you can just go back in time like 10 seconds to right your wrong. Otherwise, Battletoads is frustratingly difficult. So yeah, jumping into fire. I think I was gonna say something on like the Clinker's Cavern level or something, but those enemies that come out of the paintings, I think on Clinker's Cavern they only do 1 health damage, but on every other level afterwards, I mean that was their first appearance, but every other level I think they do 2 hearts of damage, so they don't really tell you about that, and I think that's the only enemy that does 2 heart, or not 2 hearts, it's like 2 honeycombs of damage, so I'd have to see me get hit by it again to like actually know and verify this information. But the other entrance to this room is the fireplace through the chimney, because we're Santa Claus. And speaking of Santa Claus, Christmas is on the horizon. I believe Black Friday will have already happened. Yes, it might even be December in this episode, I don't know. But as we speak, it has not snowed. I mean, it's had like a little sleet kind of rain snow, but you know, like nothing stayed on the ground, so I don't count it. It's gonna snow and it's gonna stay there, and the grass has to be freezing. But I'm just about to die on the Nintendo 64 version, and I edited it pretty well, so I've been kind of foreshadowing that, like, if you die, you have to recollect all the notes. So when I died, I had to get all the notes and stuff, and then hit record again. Like, watch, like, I screw up my jump, and then yeah, I die. So you know all the windows on the mansion and how you have to break them. Well, one of the windows, maybe two... Anyways, I forgot to break one of the windows. And as a result, I just wasted more time because you had to go from... Like, you start as Banjo, and then you break the windows, and then you become the pumpkin, and now you can go through the windows, as I'm doing on the Xbox version as we speak. But what happened is, I didn't get the window, so I became the pumpkin, discovered I didn't break that window again, and then I had to go back to Banjo, break it, then go back to being a pumpkin, just to get the stupid Jiggy, or Honeycomb, or whatever. I don't remember. I do fast forward in the editing on this one. I don't remember where. But now I got more Jiggies on the Xbox version. It only took a while. I don't... Maybe earlier I did, but... This is the first time I'm noticing. And we got about 7.5 minutes left, so this is a pretty quick session. Kind of. I jumped off the building on accident. I screwed up so many times on this level. Like, just like falling off this mansion. And yet, I think, like I said, I think I got a new personal best. So that's really interesting, and it probably says something about me as a gamer in the past. But back to this well area, the death area. I jumped off, and then I'm like, do I need to go back in? And then I remembered the tunnel, and then I'm like, yeah, I don't know. I've been very indecisive on this episode. I just don't remember this level too well. At least it's not going to be as bad as the last episode's going to be, which I have yet to record again. I think I mentioned that last episode, but... like... I don't know how to do the last level at all. I've played it a couple... I mean, I've played other levels more because... You know, I die in other levels. Like, the last level is just, if I die once, I'm done with the game. Just forget the final boss. We're resetting. That's how frustrating the last level is. And people say it's like their favorite level because, like, oh man, the theme and the theme, they're just so good. I'm like, yeah, the theme's good, but the level's a pain in the ass. I keep talking about other levels and not the current level. And then I just talk about other stuff. I'm really bad at doing post-commentary or something. At least I feel interested and invested in my talks. But like on the Nintendo 64 version, you can jump up to get the notes. Eventually. Can you just please prove my point? Gameplay. Come on, get the notes. Yeah, see, you can jump up there to get the notes. And we've completed Mad Monster Mansion on the Xbox version. When do I fast forward? I don't know. But yeah, here's where the tombstones are huge. And like, they will take 2, maybe 3 bits of health from you. Yeah, that's... And like, the first time I played this game, so me and my sister were just like, I don't remember if it was a rented copy or a purchased copy off of eBay or whatever. But we were just walking around the map, and then any entrance we found, we would just kind of travel, or I'm not travel, explore it. And then we find this spooky level area, and we're like, oh cool, it's like a graveyard. And then we keep walking forward, and then the huge ass tombstone comes and fucking beats the shit out of us. You know what you do? You just turn the game off, and then you just hide, because as a kid, you know, anything that's scary, you just kind of like the first reaction is to hide instead of like logically be like, it's just a video game. Like back in the days, I had like a dinosaur kind of game. I don't remember too much about it, but there were like some animated things of like the dinosaurs and like their muscle build and whatever. And it was like disgusting and creepy and cool and interesting because it's dinosaurs and how'd it go? Well, like me and like my next oldest cousin. I don't know how to like say the age of cousins, but youngest cousin, but 1 year older than me because I'm the youngest child on that side of the family. But like, we kept watching it because it was so cool, and we were all just like, hide under the table, because like, let's say it was like a minute-long clip. Alright, so the first 40 seconds are super cool and interesting to watch, and then it just kind of gets like scary. The 43 to like 49 seconds, let's say. So then like you hide, and then you like just see like the last part, and you're like, yeah. Like, that's how awesome being a kid is, you know? I miss that. And like, God, like I hate college because time issues. I got to reschedule, well, I mean not reschedule, I got to pick out my classes for my next semester of college. And so this current semester that's just about to be over, it is just like a clusterfuck. Like Monday and Wednesday are fine because I have those classes from like, I have 2 classes from 12 to about 3 o'clock. And it's just one right after the other, kind of like how high school and every other school before college was. And then, how'd it go? Then Tuesday, oh my god, I hate Tuesdays so much. I can't wait for that to be over. I can't wait for this semester to be over because Tuesdays, so I wake up in the morning early, which is kind of typical for like high school and again, but like, you know, you have to drive yourself and that sucks, and then just wait for class to start, and then I have class for an hour, and then my second class that day doesn't start until 2 o'clock, so I'm just at school for 3.5 hours because I don't want to pay for gas money when I'm not, like, I'm just gonna go home and eat, so I just bring lunch to school, and I'm really bad at packing lunch, and especially since there's no microwave available, that just limits my options, like, by a large amount. And then, what else is there? Oh, and then I would have to stay around for like another 2 hours, because then I would have a class start at 5:30. And that class is almost 3 hours long, so I'm just at school for like 12 hours every Tuesday. It's really just the Tuesdays that I hate. And when I pick my new classes, I have like 3 classes on Wednesday, or no, not Wednesday, Tuesday and Thursday. I should probably wrap up. How much time is left? Shoot. So, thank you all for watching this episode of Banjo-Kazooie Versus. Feel free to leave a like, as well as the channel grow, and subscribe to get the possibility of seeing my uploads as soon as they happen. Shoot. Like 2 seconds left. Or like 10, but you get the point. Shit. Bye.